I would like to start off this video by apologizing to The Sims, because you know what? It's your birthday, and I'm sorry. The original Sims game released on February 4th, 2000, so The Sims turns 22 today. I had a whole different video planned, but there's been an incident. So again, Sims, I'm sorry, you're not gonna like your birthday present. You are not going to enjoy what I'm about to do, but there's been a leak, a pretty big leak of the wedding game pack. So let's walk you through the timeline here. So on the Sims official Twitter, they post these like teaser roadmaps that show the next 3 months of content. We're in the Sim Thing to Celebrate season right now. So we get these teasers that look a little bit like this, and then the text is like the key here. Usually it talks about like new packs that are coming, stuff like that. This one was a little bit bigger than normal in the sense that these icons were kind of telling us things about what to expect. For example, I'm seeing a wedding cake and some wedding rings, and then this part says a game pack that throws a party for love. So we don't usually get the icons, like the background hasn't been hints in the past. So that was new and kind of blatant about it being a wedding themed pack, right? Then on the Sims official site, they've got like a, how do you get to it? The Sims 4. Okay, they have this like find your reason to yay section. Before it had 3 question marks. It had like the 2 kits and then the game pack. This one's out now, so it's like filled in. But this question mark says say I do. So we're like at this point now certain it's a wedding pack. But we've known that for like a month now, okay? Cut to yesterday, the first leak happens. We get this tweet. It says The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories game pack, release date February 17th. Now this could be anything. I realize this is just like some random Twitter account where like, yeah, okay, anybody could just tweet this and then say it's true. Except this Twitter account has a history of leaking stuff and being right. Not just about The Sims, they leak Microsoft and Xbox stuff. So coincidentally, 2 of their most recent things are EA related, but they tweet a lot, not all about The Sims. And this same person leaked the Carnival kit that came out yesterday. So you might remember back in January, that same person leaked this image, the title of the kit, and the release date. And they also leaked the Blooming Rooms kit. So this person has a history of leaking things and then them being correct. And they also have pictures sometimes. So I trust that this tweet is correct. Also, the release date kind of adds up in my head. Like February 17th is soon after Valentine's Day. We were all kind of hoping for a Valentine's Day release. I've been saying this whole time it's not going to come out on Valentine's Day because that's a Monday. They never release things on Mondays. It's always Tuesday, Thursdays. So this is the Thursday after Valentine's Day. Checks out in my book. So I saw this yesterday. I wasn't going to make a whole video on it because like, what are you going to do? Make a video about My Wedding Stories, the name being released? I mean, I think the name's dumb, but it's not going to make a whole 10-minute video now, is it? Well, cut to this morning. My friends, the cover has leaked. Not by the same user, believe it or not, but the cover did leak on Twitter, and I think it's also an Xbox leak. It's always Xbox. They keep doing this. If I was EA, I would be so displeased with Xbox. Like, they need to do something about this because this has happened with so many packs, not just kits, but like game packs, expansion packs in the past. Like, this keeps happening with Sony's done it too. PlayStation has also done it, but it keeps happening with the consoles. Like, they keep leaking stuff. Anyway, the cover has leaked. Now this we can make a video about. This has enough for us to break down for a video. Like, if I had to guess, I would assume they'll announce the pack next Tuesday, Thursday, maybe. I thought we'd get an announcement sooner than that. Like, I was kind of expecting like 2-3 weeks before the game pack comes out, they'd tell us about it. But at this point, the pack comes out in less than 2 weeks. So I guess they'll have to announce it next week. And you know what? I will say it's possible that this cover is fake, although I sincerely doubt that. I think it would be difficult to make a cover that's fake that looks this good. And I guess if we are going off of the title from yesterday and like this icon was previously released already by The Sims, like it's possible to make this yourself, but I think it's an Xbox leak. I personally feel confident that this is real, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you about it. First things first, My Wedding Stories, I think is kind of a dumb title. I'm not really vibing with that. It would not be my first choice for a game pack title. Honestly, just like The Sims 4 Weddings would have been better to me. Get to Wedding, Wedding Living, My First Wedding Stuff, Love to Wedding. I mean, there's loads of options here. I'm not vibing with the My Wedding Stories thing, although it does pose the question, like, is there some story elements to this that are gonna be in the pack? I mean, maybe. Or are we just the ones telling the story and that's why it's in the title? I don't know. It's possible they didn't just call it like The Sims 4 Weddings because they were worried that people would be like, but we already have weddings. Weddings are in the base game. So they like added the wedding stories part to make it seem fancier. We'll see. It's too early to speculate on the name, though I do think it's a bit weird. I think we're all probably just gonna call it the wedding pack. And then the next like glaring thing to me in this picture is the background, because look at this for a second. I mean, beautiful sunset and stuff, but they're on a beach. The only beaches we have in The Sims 4 are in Sulani, which is a different pack. They're not gonna use a different pack in the cover art for this pack. So what does that tell me? I think we're getting another beach world. Hard to judge like where in the world this might be possibly set because it's just like sand and water. There's nothing else to look at here. But I feel safe saying that I think there's gonna be a beach world included in this pack. Now, keeping in mind, it's gonna be a game pack, so I don't think it'll be a huge world. So I think it'll be similar in size to the other game pack worlds. Think like Glimmerbrook from Realm of Magic. This one had 5 lots, but also like the Secret Magic World lot, so it kind of had like 6 lots. Forgotten Hollow, same thing, 5 lots. Even like these vacation worlds like Granite Falls, this one had 6 lots. So I would expect that this world would probably be a similar size to this, maybe 5, 6 different lots. Hopefully it's not a destination world. I don't vibe with that. I want it to be like a world I can live in. I want the icon here, right here. But I do love the idea of another beachy world. Like Sulani is awesome, but it's a really different kind of vibe of beachy. Like this is very like tropical island, but then think about like how many other places in the world have beaches. Like this world could be literally anywhere or anything. So I'm really curious to see the rest of it. Looking at the rest of this picture, obviously the clothes are like the next glaring thing I'm noticing because they're so beautiful. I mean, this dress, amazing. This hair, amazing. The pantsuit, the veil. This is a really pretty dress back here too. The image is so small I can't see, but that might be a new nail polish. Is that a new bracelet? He's got like a corsage thingy on. That's what it's called, right? What is that the same thing when he puts it on? I don't know. He's got one of them flower things. Like, is that attached to the outfit or is that like a thing you can put on as part of the pack? The flower petals down here. These vases are pretty. The chairs. This little girl is blowing bubbles, and we already have the ability to blow bubbles. That came with City Living, I think, but I'm wondering if that's like related to weddings in any way, because you know people like throw rice and blow bubbles when they walk out. Is that what's happening here? There's a new wedding arch. I mean, I assume we get a new wedding arch, but we probably will get a few new wedding arches. I mean, it's hard to look at like the cover and make conclusions because one, it's a render, so it's not like an official screenshot, so some things are going to be a little bit different, and also it's just a cover. Like there's probably a load of things that aren't included in this. And oh, we're not done. As I've been recording this video, another image leaked. Oh my god, that's 3. I only had seen this one. Oh, okay, 3 more images leaked. I don't know where these screenshots are coming from. I still think it's Xbox. Apparently this person on Twitter is the one who leaked them, but like, these don't look fake to me. Oh my god, there's so much to like break down from this. Okay, so I'm noticing new windows and a new door. I'm not really vibing with those windows though, I won't lie to you. My favorite is that plain one. I always have a hard time using like the big stained glass ones they add, so I tend to just not. Also, these Sims are walking down the aisle. I wonder if this is like an object you have to place that's like specific, and then they use that to route where the aisle is and they walk up to the altar. Everybody looks great. There's a lot of really nice outfits. I think that this veil on this hair is the same hair that's in this picture. So I'm wondering if that veil is like attached to the hairstyle and it's not like a hat. That's a new piano in the back too. Oh, and there's like a wedding sign, all the flowers. Oh, wait. More proper reception stuff? And wait. Look out the window, look out the window. Sorry, there's a lot in this picture, but hello. That's all I need to know. That is a new world. That is not Sulani. Okay, sorry. We also have curtains, decorations, another buffet table. That's what I've been daydreaming about. I wonder what this item is. Like, do your Sims actually get drinks out of that? Because these items look like they're gonna be like the same ones from Luxury Party, how it's like the buffet table and then the drink fountain, but I wonder if that's like a new variant of the drink fountain. And that is definitely different food, so it looks like you can stock it differently than you can in Luxury Party. Oh, look at the flowers on the back of these chairs. There's loads of nice chairs in these pictures too. I could just sit here and stare at this. I'm not even kidding. I could be here for ages just looking. And then a third screenshot. I'm looking closer because I am obsessed. Look at the flowers. Oh, she's definitely throwing rice. That's what that is, right? I keep getting distracted just looking at their clothes. These are so pretty. Oh, I want to know so bad. I hate that it's a leak. I want like more information. I want to see the trailer. I hate that it's just like these 3 pictures and nothing else, because now I need to know. I want to know so bad. I'm glad it's coming out soon and not like months away or something, because I want this now. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit worried about like the gameplay involved with the wedding pack because like we already have weddings. Still not entirely convinced based on these 3 images, but it is just 3 images. There's no information. Like we don't really know what's happening here, so still hard to make a judgment, but I will say that I really like what I'm seeing. Like I think these pictures are beautiful. I'm excited about this. Look, all the Sims are actually sitting down, except, well, there's 2 still standing up. Even in their own official screenshots, they won't all sit. I'm also wondering if there's gonna be like different reactions of the guests. Like, obviously they look really excited. She's gasping. That sim back there does not look pleased. So I wonder if there's any new gameplay related to that, like related to like someone disapproving of the wedding or something. Like, I would be down for that. I would love that. I love drama. And also, I just love weddings. Like, I just love this kind of thing. I love having like these kind of moments for my sims. I get kind of attached and want them to have a really nice celebration, like a big family event. So I gladly accept any additional stuff to make those events possible. And I think that a lot of Sims players are like me in that way. Like, I think a lot of us get really attached and want to have like the perfect little wedding. And it's kind of hard to do that right now. Like, it doesn't really work that well and there's not a lot of stuff for it. So while you can have weddings, I think that some additions to weddings will be like greatly appreciated by myself and a lot of you. I just realized I'm not wearing my own engagement ring. I'm making a wedding video and I'm not even wearing my ring. Listen, it is downstairs by the kitchen sink. I took it off last night and forgot to put it back on. So it happens, okay? Some of us are not used to wearing a lot of jewelry. So, you know what else? I wonder if there will be like more ring gameplay. I mean, gameplay is probably a strong word, but I wonder if you'll have like more of an option to like select a Sims wedding engagement ring kind of thing. Probably not, but at the very least, they might add more rings into cast, which will be cool because we don't really have a ton of them. I'd like to get some more interesting sorts of rings too, because we have like a plain diamond sort of engagement ring, but there's not a lot of other options that are on the right finger either. So I'd like to see some more. That would be cool. Well, I will say the two big requests that I've had prior to seeing any screenshots, I've been thinking I would love to see slow dancing and I'd love to see an updated buffet table because I think both of those things would work really well outside of just weddings. And I'm seeing the buffet table. I'm seeing the improved buffet table already, which is like huge. I'm also wondering if this stand is a spot to put a wedding cake. Maybe if this isn't like a functional vase of champagne, maybe you could put a wedding cake on that little stand and that probably will function. And we obviously have like the fancy like punch fountain or whatever, but I'm not seeing the slow dancing and that doesn't mean it's not coming. These are just 3 screenshots. Like, again, it's important to note this is not the whole pack. Like, they can't fit the whole pack into the 3 leaked screenshots. And also like the vibe of this picture isn't really slow dancey. Like, this is more of a party sort of scene. So I'm still holding out hope for the slow dance. I'm crossing my fingers, but I guess we'll see. And I leave you with a couple questions. What do you think the stories part means in the title? Do you think it means anything or it's just like a buzzword? And also, how are you feeling about these screenshots? Like, are you liking this? Are you left wanting more in both positive and negative ways? I mean, it's hard to say bad things about them just from screenshots. I feel like it's too early to criticize things because you can't be like, oh, well, they didn't include this because we don't know that. Like, we don't know what they've included because we've only seen these 3 pictures. So hopefully we'll find out more next week when the trailer comes out. Imagine it's not next week. I mean, the pack doesn't launch until the 17th. So imagine they're just like, nah, I won't announce it till that day. Or like, what if they announce it on Valentine's Day? I doubt they would because they never announce things on Mondays, but maybe. So I guess we'll see. Obviously, when they do announce it, I'll make a video and tell you about it. And again, to the Sims, I'm sorry for ruining your birthday. I'm sorry for contributing to this. I do feel bad. I had a whole separate birthday video planned. I'll still post it tomorrow, but I'm sorry that your actual 22nd birthday had this happen. I assume that it's not a fun day in the office for the Sims team. And for that, I apologize. It really does suck when things get leaked. Obviously, it's fun for us when things get leaked, but like, they didn't leak this. They don't benefit from leaking this. This is like an Xbox leak again. This kind of thing just stinks for the team. So I'm sorry that I made a video. I'm sorry. And with that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. And also, if you're looking for more updates about Sims news and stuff, I do usually make videos when there's huge leaks like this. So if you want to subscribe, you'll never miss them. I'm just saying.